The first win of the week here, Zeus was the very first kind of third-party LFG Launchpad launch. And I think really what's worth celebrating here is that together as a community, the community really showed up for these guys. You got to say, not only did we have 180,000 people vote across the different LFG candidates last round, a ton of those people came back and actually helped the token launch be a massive success. The numbers here are honestly kind of mind-blowing. Within 3 seconds, it was fully subscribed. $27.5 million raised by the Zeus team by using the LFG Launchpad. They reached a $1 billion FTV after the launch, which is pretty incredible. But most importantly, 100,000 new holders and a lot more awareness coming through. This is what the promise of the Jupiter Launchpad really is. It is fair, it's transparent, it's DAO informed in the way that people actually get there. And ultimately, it's going to help these projects reach a much bigger audience.
Zeus is a really good example, but the whole point of RG is like, we want the projects that community, not just like the launch. Because I mean, anyone can mint a new token when I launch it. That's easy, you know? But actually what's actually a lot harder is the entire process. Going to a community, explaining your project, getting their buy-in, like launching it and stuff. I feel like that entire process, that entire genesis process, right, is what builds community. So I think that's actually one reason why I think we decided to push the Launchpad in a way that is like decentralized. I feel like that's actually really important. It's our first RG launch. That's not JUP. It's also the world's first community-driven launch.
This is a big deal, folks. This is the Jupiter DAO, is the most active DAO in the world, I believe, by a number of voters. Certainly the best community, in my completely biased opinion. And so love seeing the community showing out and helping out other projects as well. Let's go to the next win here, which is that the Tensor launched on the JUP Claimpad. This was fantastic. This is just kind of showing some of the strength of the Jupiter ecosystem of products, as well as the technical team, because they distributed $300 million worth of tokens to early supporters and users across the Tensor products. Jupiter handled the infra and allowed the projects just to focus on the community, the distribution, and ultimately that's what led to such a successful launch. If you haven't already, you can go claim this. I believe it's claim.jup.ag/TNSR. You can go check that out and claim your Tensor in case you haven't already. Big shout out to the Tensor team, Richard, Ilmoy, Legends, as well as all the holders that kind of came out and used the product. What do you think of the Claimpad performance here, Meow?
No, it's great. I think embarrassingly, there were some major issues like getting it to work at last minute. We figured it out. I think our systems handled, because we handled the WAN, the JUP, and Zeus. I think our backend services were actually very well equipped to kind of handle the load, even though there's congestion going on. Obviously, happy it went well and happy we were able to support Tensor. So JUP is about value creation. I think that's actually one thing that I was talking to Kash about. JUP is about like value creation. That means that wherever you are on the value creation chain, whether you're starting a new project in users or whether you are trying to manifest the value or launch a token, JUP wants to be there. So I think in this case, we were kind of with Tensor on that. Just really happy to Tensor for helping us.
Jupiter, the value creation stack. Let's go next in here on the partnership side. Gauntlet has officially joined up to help make J.L.P. even more secure. Folks, if you don't already know about Gauntlet, they are OGs in the DeFi space. I think they've published something like 27 papers, have more than like 1,000 citations. They do just some of the best research in all of DeFi, whether it's around risk modeling, incentive design, and many other kinds of things. So they're going to come on. They're going to help improve the risk profile of J.L.P., make it even more kind of resilient, sustainable. Next event, this one is very close to my heart, actually, because I get to wear kind of like both my hats here. The Solana Summit in APAC is officially happening. A lot of work went into this behind the scenes, so big shout out to Ben, to the rest of the Jupiter team, to Super Team, of course, who's helping on this, as well as Venta. Those folks are great, Ghost and the rest of them. It's going to be the 20th to the 22nd in June. Mark it in your calendars. Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, the best projects across APAC are going to be joining up. There's going to be all sorts of talks from regulators, from builders, from creatives, everything else around the ecosystem to get you up to speed on crypto in APAC specifically. The best part, it's entirely free. This is something that's being put on by Jupiter, Super Team, Venta, and the other partners just for the benefit of the Solana ecosystem. This is super fun. You can go to lu.ma/Solana Summit APAC 2024 and register now. It's entirely free. If you're a JUP holder, we want to see you show up and come out to the Solana Summit in APAC. So big shout out to the teams putting that together. And that does it for the wins of the week.